I'm thinking of if God meant he separated Earth from the skies, if he meant the Big Bang, let's say, doesn't even make sense either, because the Earth is very, very young compared to the beginning of the universe. Okay, because the primary elements like hydrogen was at the beginning of the universe, but Earth is containing iron, which takes billions of years to appear. Okay, so you can't stick a plastic to a gold. They don't stick together. They are different.
You see, I am not.
But I'm try. I will chase these verses.
Okay. As long this is your science and this is your study, I want to ask you, where is hail coming from? Hail.
Hail.
Yeah, hail.
Hail is a water. Okay.
Water.
Affected by the Arctic wind, very cold Arctic wind, and they became hail. That's how it's made.
So you don't think it's coming from mountains, and Allah He break hail from those mountains?
Mountains?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Mountains, like in the sky, there's mountains, and Allah He break with the hammer hail, and He throw it at us.
What is it in the Quran?
I'm just asking you now before we talk about from where. Do you believe?
No, I don't. Even if I say that myself, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't take it for granted.
Okay, but if we find it,
hail is coming from the sky. It's the vaporization of our oceans. Okay, in a dense cloud, they become hail, snow, or rain.
All right. So if I find it for you from the Quran, are you willing to leave Islam?
I can't decide now because I need lots of things to chase.
It doesn't matter. But, if this one is a lie, I mean the rest is a lie. I mean, you just say this is impossible. This is
I'm not hypocritic. I don't deny any mistakes. If I do a mistake, I put my hands up. If my father do a mistake,
if the Quran is invalid no more, Islam is gone. Chapter 24. You are the one who asked me.
If these are true,
my friend,
yes, look, I denounce Islam.
All right, that's wonderful, guys. He said he promised he would denounce Islam. The same chapter. You are the one who asked me to go to chapter of An-Nur before. Chapter 24, verse number 43. You can read in Arabic. You can read in English. In any word, any language you want. In English, they try to fabricate and to change the meaning, but I will show it to you in Arabic. And as long as you speak Arabic, me and you, we will get better understanding. It says here, وَيُنْزِلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مِنْ جِبَالٍ فِيهَا مِنْ بَرَدٍ فَيُصِيبُ بِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Does it say that, or I'm lying?
Yes, very clear.
All right. You promised you will denounce Islam. Hail is coming from mountains in heaven. I mean, even cartoon, they don't do that. And look here in the first translation. I want you to confirm this with me.
I believe somebody mixed these things into Quran when they written.
My friend, there's nothing called
book.
Mixed. Either this
can't be from God.
Either this is this is not a book of God. And look what here. As long as you speak Arabic, why the Muslims they lie and they say like mountains? Does it say like mountains in the Arabic?
No, anything between these two brackets don't.
So they are trying to cover up. So look, they send down from the sky from mountains, which is in heaven, hail.
No, it doesn't make sense.
So they fabricate the translation in order to cover the stupidity. Whoever wrote this book is foolish. This is maybe work for people who
whoever this part here, whoever written didn't have a clue about anything in the sky. What's going on in the sky?
Assuming that the one who did this is Allah, Allah have no clue. What about this?
I don't believe this is from a God.
Look at this. Allah, He created three kinds of creatures.
Because one of the principles of being a god is do not afford any mistakes. What makes me different from God is I am doing mistakes. I do a lot of mistakes, but God should be a little bit different from me. No mistakes.
Well, my friend, from the first page of the Quran to the last page, I can show you endless mistakes. I'm not showing you really mistakes. I'm just showing you a chapter you choose yourself to prove to me Islam to be true. So Islam is the most silly cult, and now you understand why I am saying it's a cult. You said why I'm calling Islam as a cult. Now you promise me if I show you this and this will be true, you will leave Islam, correct?
Yes.
Are you willing to keep your promise?
Yes.
So are you denouncing Islam?
If this is all true, we heard Islam is a cult.
So you agree Islam is a cult?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Because an order from God, okay, could never be bypassed by any man.
That's wonderful.
Never.
I'm really happy for you.
Because if that happens, God loses its status as God. You can call it something else. Okay? If a president, for example, if Trump makes an order, let's say Iranian is not allowed to enter the USA, and an officer, a police officer in the airport say, no, forget about Trump, I'm in charge here, he's going to go to prison, or Trump loses his status. So now compare that to God, Almighty God. It doesn't make a sense, my friend.
Absolutely.
Hypocrisy is not in my mind. I listen to reality. I listen to proof, evidence.
But you know, you as a person who, like today, after this moment, you are a Muslim. I cannot call you a Muslim no more. But I want to ask you, when the Muslims they say there is science in the Quran and etc., why they lie? Why they fabricate things?
Tell me, I was going to ask you this question. Why they either make money because there are loads of books in London. You got too many libraries, Islamic libraries. They selling billions of dollars a year on books. They get in from probably the Arab countries for printing these books because the books are obviously very, very expensive.
Yeah.
They all laminated, nice colored, you know.
And pictures, and if you read
I think it cost $50 each.
And they
but they sell them for cheap.
They insert articles about scientists, or sometimes fake scientists and sometimes real scientists, just to fool people, saying Quran match with science.
No, you don't have to do that. No Muslims, if any Muslim is listening to me, if anybody, any Muslim brothers or sisters trying to do that is fooling themselves, because my God should be able to challenge somebody like me or Christian Prince. Who is this guy? Who is Christian Prince? How could he easily come and challenge my God with evidence?
Is that what make you angry? Because I was like, who is
Yes.
Christian Prince?
What makes me angry is people fabricating to the facts.
But yeah, I never fabricate. You see, this is why I go live and I say, people, you can call me and you can question, and you are welcome. I never, everything I say, I show in the screen. Everything, every single word.
It's my fault because I should have. I did have a chance to chase the facts, but I just kept it, you know, under the blanket, as we say.
So, my friend, I am a Christian, as you know, and I take the opportunity to invite you to accept the Messiah as your Savior. You left Islam, that's wonderful. For me, I'm not done to save you yet. I did the half of the job, and I would love to invite you to accept the Messiah as your Lord.
What would you recommend me to read? Because I'm gonna, again, like Islam, I'm not gonna just take Islam like another religion like that.
No,
I will read about it.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, you can read. You can read.
If Christianity does make a sense to me, yes, I will call you back in a month's time, probably.
All right.
And we will have a chat.
All right.
If not, I can still come back and telling you about, arguing Christianity as well, because I'm not scared to talk about Christianity, even if I know 100% is from God.
Neither we are. This is why we are
God
here.
should challenge all of us.
Yeah, you are welcome, my friend. Anyway,
God's
take
word
your
should
time.
be like an
Read,
atomic bomb. Nobody could face it.
read the four gospels, of
Uh,
Christ, and try to, when you read, try to, like, you see, I'm sure you are smart.
What's
And
this story behind the Old Testament and New Testament? What is the problem?
there's no story. It's the Old Testament is simply, the Old Testament is a book about God and history in the same time. The history of the Jews with God,
Right.
as simple as that. So the Jews, the Old Testament is a book of books. It's not one book, and this book contain their history with people around them and their history with God. How they disobey Him sometime, how they obey Him sometime, how God he was he how they forsake their God sometime. So the Old Testament mostly is kind of a collection of many stories about what happened to the Jews and the prophets of the Jews. The New Testament is about Christ and what He accomplished in this earth when He came to us. And this is
So
why I say, if you
somebody like me, where should
the New Testament,
start?
because the Old Testament for me is just to increase my knowledge about history of man with God. But the New Testament,
So why they saying it's been corrupted?
who says that? The
I've
Muslims.
I heard from too many imams. The Bible, it's corrupted.
You see, the imams. This is the problem. Is the imams are they are? You remember when you called me? Says either you are a big fat liar. The imam are the big fat liar. I will show you something from the Quran, and you tell me what you translate to us. Let me open the Quran. All right. This is the Quran. I will put it in the screen. What مصدقا لما معهم mean? Confirming what is with them, correct?
Need to refresh. And when they come to them, and when they came to them,
Somebody saying that you are crying. Are you crying, my friend?
no.
Okay.
If I'm crying, I would cry for myself. I would cry for all.
Yeah, I'm saying. So
40
I mean, yeah,
years of
nothing wrong with the crying from.
chasing a rainbow.
Yeah.
I'm crying for my childhood. I'm crying for my youth.
Oh, you are crying then. Okay, I understand. That let you cry and let the tears wash the anger. Nothing wrong with the crying.
But I haven't killed anybody for my faith.
I understand.
I was always showing the beautiful face of Islam. I didn't know about all this.
Well, I'm happy for you today, my friend. You called me, and I'm glad that you were able to call. And crying, great men they cry. And David, he cried to God. We cry always, and cry can wash our sin. That's wonderful. Don't worry about it. So do you see? They said to you that the Bible is corrupt, but the Quran says, and this is the Muslim translation, which is strange that this translator here is not being a hypocrite too much. It says confirming what is with them, the Jews, which is the Torah, and the Injil, which is the Christian, the gospel. So how they lie and why? The Quran is saying confirming what is with them now.
Yeah, I see.
They lie to you, my friend. They are a bunch of liars.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to put too much pressure on you. I can tell you are crying, and we are, all the Christians there, they are praying for you.
Well, thank you very much for all this written everything. I will have a chat with some imam.
Well, what about
if they have?
what about you challenge them to come and debate me? Let us make a challenge. If they
Yes,
dare.
that's what I was gonna say. Yes.
Yeah. Let us see if they dare to do it, and you will see they were never there.
Yeah.
They were never. The only way they will come to debate me, if you don't tell them, Christian Prince, don't tell them who I am. Tell them I will call this guy and you debate him live. If you tell them this is a Christian Prince, that will never happen.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, my friend. We are happy for you. And I ask all the Christians in the chat. We have more than 1,000 people. They are listening. Please pray for this gentleman. I do not know your name, by the way, but you don't need.
My name is Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Yes.
Guys, pray for our brother Muhammad. And this is the beautiful thing about Christianity. Even if your name is Muhammad, still you are beloved by the Lord, the Messiah. And I hope soon you will see the truth, and the truth will set you free. The Messiah, he said, I am the truth, which means there's no other truth except me. So I pray to the Lord that he will bring you to the truth, and you will be free. You will not be a slave of Allah.
I beg my Muslim brothers and sisters to stop swearing, writing dirty messages. Chase the evidence. Chase your own book. Do not swear at anyone. Swear at the imams who lie to you every day with a big smile on their face. They lie to you and they smile. I always notice that when they have a big smile, they lie something very big. They lied about something very, very big.
All right, my friend.
Because how can I lie about God's words? How can I change God's words? If I know this is from God, I wouldn't dare to change it. But I believe these people don't even believe in God. If you believe in God, you wouldn't dare to touch His word.
And what kind of
how
God,
can you fabricate?
What kind of God he can protect his book? How the Muslim is saying that Allah is the one who sent the Injil, and then the Injil is corrupt? I mean, this is an insult to their God. You know what I mean? It's
you buy a BMW from BMW with 3 years warranty. They say if you fabricate anything, your warranty will expire because we made this car. Nobody can, find a mistake. So how about God's words? How could you fabricate God's words? You can't even fabricate your BMW.
How we allow them. And once I asked a Muslim sheikh, he says to me that the Bible is corrupt. So I asked him, before I show him those verses, I said, okay, was it fabricated by Allah will or against his will? He said, I need to think about this and I will call you back. And since then, he never called me back.
Yeah, happens to me when I ask too many questions. To be honest, when they ask too many questions, they try to, not to see me. They pretend to be busy. They calling me back. They give me a call. They have appointments, this and that. But it's just running away from the facts.
But you see, as long you notice that they are fooling around, why you were not sure. I mean, why you waited all this time. I mean, you notice that there is something fishy.
Yeah, because they I wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I go to work. They don't work. They never work. They make easy money. That's why.
All right.
That's why this is a good business for them. That's why I believe that's why they lying about it. They want to keep the business.
I'm happy for you, my friend, that you decide to leave Islam.
Thank you very much for everybody.
You can call me anytime you wish, feel free, and I will be happy.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank
Take care,
you.
my friend. God bless. Take care.
Have a good.
All right.